Yo, what's going on, guys? GZTV. This is like the third to last video I'm gonna make while I'm on campus for college. So that's it. That's kind of insane. I mean, we almost have summer already. I don't have any finals today. So I just decided to sleep in, and now I'm up, and now I'm gonna give you guys the Walking Dead review. And then later tonight, if we have some good playoff games, I'm gonna be talking about those. And yeah, it should be a fun time. Um, So let's talk about it. We are on the 6th episode of the 9th season of The Walking Dead, by the way, so we're progressing along. We're getting pretty close to the end. But yeah, we're just going to talk about what happened. This is a spoiler review. I literally discuss everything that happens in all of these episodes that I watch. We're going to do all that. And then we're going to talk about, how people are feeling, how myself I'm feeling about this. So let's go. So Michonne narrates over scenes of the survivors continuing to rebuild their various communities and struggling to survive. 6 years after Rick Grimes' apparent death. Now they think he's dead, but really he just got carried away by Anne, I guess is her real name. Jadis was like her scavenger name. That's a really confusing dynamic that they introduced in this show. Judith leads Magna's group to Aaron, Eugene, Laura, and Rosita, who are hesitant about protecting them, but Judith insists. Obviously, it's not up to them anymore. It's not really up to them who comes in this community, who is accepted. It's kind of like Michonne's type of thing, which is interesting. But yeah. So the people that she found from last episode, I didn't realize how they were going. Or I didn't realize that they were going to lapse this far into time, because Judith is probably 10 years old now. But yeah, they travel to Alexandria just as Michonne returns from a scavenging run. Holy shit, this sun is really fucking annoying and it's blaring through. Whatever. Michonne sizes them up and knows that Judith did not follow the proper procedure for bringing new survivors in, but agrees to let them stay overnight and to hear their case the following morning in front of their council, which includes the former high-ranking savior, Laura, now a trusted member of the community. So they have this council to bring survivors in. They're a lot more humane, obviously, than the saviors are, and even more humane than Rick's Alexandria was. I mean, I'm calling this Michonne's Alexandria. We're in a new era, people, here in The Walking Dead. At the kingdom, Ezekiel recognizes the need to have a trained blacksmith to help effect repairs and decides to have Henry travel to Hilltop to be apprenticed in the yard. They want him to learn about it because they have what's his name? The older dude that they talked about before that was locked up. He was a blacksmith, so I guess he's gonna get trained by him. I don't know. Carol brings Henry along with a number of supplies she plans to bring to the hilltop too, so it's kind of like a double whammy here. They're on this mission. En route, they are attacked by the remains of the saviors, aside from those who joined the other communities, led by Carol's old enemy Jed and former savior Lieutenant Regina. So these people are very much still alive. The saviors still live on. I mean, there's obviously still saviors that are a part of their group, but they're not necessarily saviors anymore. Jed reveals that the sanctuary has fallen and the remaining saviors have become marauders to survive. They steal the supplies, among them the ring that Ezekiel gave to Carol, and promise they will never see them again. So he has an engagement ring or whatever. I guess they're married. I don't know if that's necessarily official, but they're definitely in a relationship. That night, after setting up camp, Carol sneaks out to find the saviors' camp, douses the area in gasoline, and sets them ablaze, killing them while recovering her ring. And I'm not really sure where the hell she got the gasoline at. Maybe this is just another example of The Walking Dead having some plot convenience to it. I can't be too sure. It could be that. I don't know. They continue on the next day, rendezvousing with Daryl, who has taken to living on his own. So yeah, he decided he doesn't want to be a part of a community anymore. He kind of wants to be an independent man. And I mean, maybe Rick's death kind of broke him, That makes sense. In the morning, the council asked Magna's group questions similar to what Rick would ask of potential allies. They kind of took what Rick's principle and kind of flipped it into their own script. While the other council members seem accepting of their answers, Michonne sees that Magna has a prison tattoo and a hidden knife and demands she explains herself. which prison happened before the apocalypse, so like obviously she could be a changed woman. She cannot do so, and the council votes to have them evicted from the community after Yumiko is treated. So yeah, Michonne is, I guess, smarter, has more street smarts than everyone else, I guess. So yeah, she kind of knows. She kind of knows about like these prison tattoos. Apparently, I don't know. Rosita and Eugene go to take some radio equipment to set up on a nearby water tower for Gabriel, who's trying to see if any other communities can make contact. And it's interesting because Rosita and Gabriel have like a relationship going on. This show is really weird. They kind of take random characters and throw them into a relationship. I'm not sure why, but yeah. They note that a large herd had passed, but believe it will not interfere with their goal. As Eugene places the radio equipment, he spots the horde now aiming for them. Like, they literally just flipped their route, and now they're coming for Eugene and Rosita. He spooks their horses as he tries to climb down, and Rosita rushes to recover essential gear from their wagon to make an escape. Eugene is forced to jump the last bit off the tower and injures his leg, and after Rosita gets him a shovel as a makeshift crutch, the two escape. Judith, who has developed a rapport with the imprisoned Negan, is upset at Michonne for not trusting her. And it's kind of crazy that Negan's still alive after 6 years and he's like being held in this prison, right? It is. Michonne mulls over her decision as she tends to her and Rick's child, Rick Jr., RJ, I guess is... Yeah, I guess. They did have a kid. Yeah, okay. Maybe they... I don't know. She got pregnant after Rick died. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Did I miss something? As the group is about to be evicted, Michonne has a change of heart and says they likely will be able to stay over at Hilltop and will escort them personally over there with Sadiq and former savior DJ to watch over Yumiko's recovery. So yeah, she's like, we can't just throw people out in the wild. And it's not like people are like all that common in this world outside of our communities. So like, should probably take some of these people in. As Eugene and Rosita make it into the woods, the horde surprisingly stays on their tail, and only once they find a wet ditch and cover themselves in mud does the horde seem to ignore their presence. They hear faint whispers of where are they, and they must be close, don't let them get away as the horde passes, which was fucking weird. I guess that was supposed to be the horde that was saying that, but The Walking Dead made that like extremely cringy. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, that's what happened. I think this was a pretty good episode overall. I mean, on Rotten Tomatoes, 83%, 6.92 out of 10, 16 reviews. Who Are You Now swiftly establishes a new world order in The Walking Dead without Rick Grimes, effectively conveying the progression of the survivors, but most viewers may feel adrift in what feels like the umpteenth reset for the series. And it is kind of crazy to not have Rick in this series. I like this episode. The reboot of the series was pretty successful. I'm still shocked by how good The Walking Dead has gotten recently, and while I was worried before and still have some doubts, I don't think it's going to suffer too much without Rick. His death serves as an interesting catalyst for character growth throughout the community, as they no longer have the luxury of wanting to lead or calling all the shots. And there's going to be a lot more interesting decision making moving on in the series, and I think that's a good thing. But on that note, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It is GZTV, as always, giving you guys the best TV show content out there. I'm actually getting ready to go ahead and go watch me some Dexter.